Yeah, the five base that I had was El Forte. Mr. Gaming Lift and went ahead and basically told, man, the dude, like, he's just a silly character. One, that run that he got in the game is so stupid. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, we fighting, right? But why you just sitting here running like my 5-year old when he got candy? I'm trying to get away from him. Like, what are you doing? Then two, he's just annoying. Three, his character is obnoxious. Like, four, he a grappler. I mean, I could just keep going on. Like, it's like his whole personality. Like I say, it's like he like a psych ward patient that claimed he know how to cook.
Oh my god!
And I ain't even gonna give you proof of that. So I ain't even gonna let you. I ain't even gonna sit here and say you got proof you can cook. You probably can't cook. You probably just walk around with a pan and hot grease and stuff like that, just swearing that you can do something that you can't do. So I ain't giving you no respect at all for that.
He's an actual chef, though.
Allegedly.
Oh wow!
So the next character, basically is Remy. Now Remy, like he first of all, you came here to replace Mr. America himself in Street Fighter Guile, and you did a terrible job at it. You didn't do a good job at replacing. You born, you lame. Don't nobody like. Ain't nobody really like. I mean, even the people online keeping it real, saying like, "Yeah, I gotta be honest, Remy kind of butt." Yeah, he is, but and then you a waste of a character to have a leg fireball, so they wasted a good mechanic on you. So like, what more do I have to say? Like, ain't nothing memorable about you. I mean, the only people who say they want you back is people that got sympathy for you, that just, love Street Fighter Third Strike so much, who just want to see you come back in any type of form or fashion. Third, we basically got R Mika. R Mika's, I don't know, really with R Mika, it's like I really just ain't got no like true disdain for R Mika, but it's just like ever since I've seen her, she's just been a character that I'm just like, the only reason I'd ever play you is literally because I just need to see everybody's story in Alpha 3. Like, that's the only reason I'd ever touch you. You a grappler, so that's automatically a turn off. People try to make it seem like you're just as strong as Zangief and you can fight him. That's trash. That's garbage. It's not the truth. And then the only reason that people actually like you and want you back is, I can't really say because TVFGC is like kid friendly. But what I can say is y'all brothers starving. Next after that is and seek some help. Next after that is basically who is it? Rashid, and I'm sure, we go, hear another person on this panel say it, he finally go probably give a good take actually. Rashid is just annoying, bro. Like, the dude ain't even playing Street Fighter. Are we gonna be honest and saying he playing the same game as everybody else? No, you can't, because if you did, you be lying through your teeth. The man sitting here doing all types of acrobatics and stuff like that. He's basically like the steroid version of the person who y'all already know gonna be number one on my list if you know me. He's basically just wonky all over the place. They keep letting them be top tier for some reason. I don't know who at Capcom just got this affinity for this dude that just y'all keep letting them be the bee's knees. Like, he annoying, he all over. I really just don't like characters who just all over the place. Like, sit down, relax, and let's play the game, bro. Let's fight. Why are you all over here? A tornado in my face here, but you zipping back and forth across the screen like you Fox doing his forward special move. I forgot exactly what it's called, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, he's just an annoying character. And then last but not least, because I'm taking a lot of time, last and least, is Vega himself, Mr. Trash Can himself, the dude that has the originator of it. People like to talk about Blanca like he's like, the most annoying, worst character since Street Fighter came out. No, it's actually Vega. It's actually Vega. I used to couldn't wait until I played that dude, and I got good enough when I was young to actually play him and just smack and beat the mask all off this man. And then make him play keep away from it because he wanted it. And every time he came up, just violate him. And then sometimes I let him get him back just to violate him again, bro. Annoying character. Everybody else playing fighting games, Hadouken, punch here, uppercut. Why are you all on the fence, yodeling all over the place like you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? That's all. I'm gonna let it go, man. You know, I've been going on long enough.
Well, now that we've heard that, I guess we can get some actual real takes. So my 5 characters, starting Blanca. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Blanca doesn't ever. I think the world would be a better place. Fighting games will be in a better place. MK1 might be a better game if Blanca did not exist in Street Fighter anymore. Let's just keep it 100. He's just annoying. Just a waste of a character slot. Just the most. Just like
Jeez.
I don't know. Just egregious. I can't find enough heinous words to describe this character. It's just costumes whack, costumes annoying, just everything is a disturbance.
I thought I was salty, man.
You know, I mean, I'm just not salty. I'm just giving out facts of what should be. That's just real. His original design was heinous. I'm like, I don't know what y'all were thinking on that one. So it's like that's also like a stain in history. Like, why would you even consider that as a character? Like,
yeah,
and you could have made him into a cool character, but you decided just not to. So Blanca, yeah, take him on that same volcano that Heihachi took his sons and have him dump him off in that volcano. Honda can also just go ahead and do a headbutt off into that volcano right after Blanca. Go ahead and catch him if you will. He's just waste of a slot. Tired of seeing him sashay across the screen with his underwear dropping his cheeks on top of people's head. I'm tired of that. Just tired of the just constant headbutts. Just he's basically in the same vein as Blanca. I think I hate Blanca more, but Honda's very close to me. Just get him out of here. Go ahead and headbutt off into that volcano right after Kazuya. Zangief, just big, taking up a lot of space on the room, taking up a lot of space on the character select screen, grabbing people from 30 miles away. Light SPD has extended range on
30 miles, really?
Just I mean, light SPD, like if you light SPD, it just grabs you from so far away. If your hurt box is extended, take you for a ride. I'm tired of him walking up on me imposingly with his big hairy chest. I fought a bear. I don't care. I don't about to care if you fought a bear. Just leave. Like somebody just replace you with somebody else cooler. We could have had Dudley, but now we got Zangief in here dropping people on their heads since the 90s or the 80s. Like, okay, enough of this. Lily, she can also go. I don't know if T-Hawk is her father or just I don't know what he is to her, but she can just go back to him and go be a student.
She just got here, bro. I hate that.
And she can leave. She can leave. The character's annoying. She's just people say, "Oh, she's not that great." I'm like, I don't know about that. I just get her out of here. I actually prefer T-Hawk. I think he was cooler. At least he's but I just. The sticks, like her being T-Hawk with those, I forgot what those weapons are called specifically, but it's like salt in the wound. She just smack you with the stick, and it's just annoying. Her having a DP, and then it's like, that character is just so annoying to fight against. Like, I know people say, "Oh, she's not that great." That character is so annoying to fight against. Like, it's just you. Sometimes you almost can't get in. She charges up the win. It's like they wanted her to be cool, like Talon. Like Talon was a cool character, but she's just not her. So it's like, and then last, be Jamie. Jamie can also go somewhere and just go ahead and sit down.
He just got in the game,
and they can go somewhere. He's. I know he. Yoon and Yang was his inspiration.
I mean, I wanted to say Luke, but he just got here. I mean,
that don't mean that you can just arrive somewhere and leave. So he's out there. I'm opening my jacket now. I'm drunk. Yeah, let's go. Get him out of here, man. He's just a wannabe Yoon. Just get him out of here. Just annoying. Random palm strikes. Just nah. Oh, I got a command gun now. Oh, I'm walking super fat. Nope. Get him out of here. So that's my list. And that just because you knew don't mean you can't leave.
For me, this has actually been a pretty interesting experience because I actually don't really have any characters that I feel so strongly about that I wouldn't want to see them again. I just don't like. I don't really like. I feel like a couple characters, like I mean, Akuma's annoying, but I don't know if I would be like, oh yeah, don't put him in the game anymore. I mean, like it's like I don't feel that strongly about it. But I would say, like we were talking about earlier, like Ken and Ryu, I wouldn't be mad if I never saw them again in like Street Fighter. Mostly because it's like it's been like what, like 30 years? It's been like 30 years. Like, like you can replace them with another character, move on. I mean, there's nothing wrong with moving on. So those guys would be four and five. Um, I'll probably say that if you've ever played DNF Duel, by the way, you could probably get a couple characters from DNF Duel to put in Tekken, like the Grappler or something. But I think the what was it? I think the Paladin. I think like the big burly dude with like the cross. Uh, man, no,
Crusader.
yeah, the Crusader. Nope, no, that's not a. I don't. I would be okay if I didn't see that character again. That's because like he was a really frustrating character to fight against, I think. And like I don't necessarily hate him, but I definitely hated like sometimes fighting him. I was just like, oh man, come on. I'm just gonna put up a shield that knocks you all the way over here. Then I got these walls that are just gonna appear in front of you. It's like, oh man, please. I mean, it felt really good when you got in on him because it's like, okay, I actually, I won the mini game. Like I actually won the mini game, so that's cool. But like it is the in between time between being like being in neutral stance to actually getting next to him was kind of a hassle. So I'd be okay if I didn't see that character again. Um, let's see. Man, we didn't really think of a whole lot of characters like that for that. I mean, maybe 12, like from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, mostly because 12 is just kind of a whatever kind of character. He doesn't, in my mind, didn't really add a whole lot like in terms of like gameplay to the game. Really, it's like you just do like a roulette thing, and it's like whatever character he transforms into, that's who you are now. Uh, yeah, I'd be okay if we didn't see 12 again. Um, and yeah, like number one, and this isn't even in any particular order really, but uh Negan from Tekken 7. Not because I dislike the character, just because I'd be okay if we didn't see Negan again. Or even like I guess tied would be like Negan and Noctis, because I'd be okay if we never.
Wait, you just naming like fighting games in general?
Oh, we talking about just Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then no, I don't really have anybody else to put in there. Not
Well,
really.
there goes MC Amazing's list, folk.
Yeah,
But we'll take that.
I don't feel that strongly about it.
Devin actually named another. I don't know. I really didn't like T-Hawk. It's it's a lot of people that love grapplers out there. So they probably go hear this and just go off like, man, y'all would. The dude just told me this today. Man, it sounds like you just wouldn't be happy unless it was zoners and rushdown characters in the Street Fighter game. It's like I ain't saying that. I mean, I feel like Zangief needs to return. I feel like I want Saddam to come back. I have no problem with E Honda. Well, E Honda is like kind of like a hybrid, but like I have no problem with like grapplers. I mean, a good bit of them. I just think the archetype is trash, but I wouldn't say I just get rid of them for forever. But yeah, Devin said T-Hawk, so that was another one that came to my mind. Like, yeah, he could kick rocks, big rocks, foot crushing rocks. And really outside of that, as far as like Street Fighter, I mean, I'm kind of Luke. Luke is definitely, he seems like he's somebody that just hates, the old landmarkers, like anything they got to do with tradition or historic things. He just really doesn't like it, So he always talks about Street Fighter 2. Now he's saying like, if Ken, Ryu, and Akuma never came back, it's like, of course he says that. But at the end of the day,
Even your body rejects what you're saying right now. That's okay.
Man, my body ain't rejecting that, man. I've been out here. You know how cold it's been outside, and I've been having to be in this stuff. But but I know you get, you trying to make your little jokes and stuff like that. Ha ha, your little funnies. But
We're doing that right now.
Yeah. Street Fighter, they just can't come up with like any nice new characters like that you'd be like, ooh, this person can take the reins. Like, just nobody yet. Like, Luke is like garbage. Like, I hope he ain't gonna be the future. I hope y'all really not trying to keep that going because ain't nobody trusting the future with Luke.
How's he garbage?
I he's garbage to me just because there's nothing appealing about him that would make me say like, yeah, you're gonna be like that mainstay character that just I would happily just can say take the reins for Street Fighter. Like nothing. Like you really supposed to be taking this off of Ryu? Nah, I just don't see you as that person to do it.
Because why? Like
And
the way he fights, or his story, or what?
no, just his overall. Like I said, there's nothing about his character that just draws me to him and says like this is a cool character. Like his moves, there's nothing about it that like you know the way he plays and stuff like that that just says like this character is cool. There's nothing about his design that just says this character is cool. Like what sticks out about Luke that just says like man he's so cool.
Okay, so what sticks out about Ryu that makes you say, "Oh, he's so cool"?
His mysterious nature. And just you know the way they presented Shotos and stuff back in the day. I mean, and how he's been able to, you know, consistently grow and stuff like that. The things that he's went through, like with the Dark, I know his story. I know you just gonna sit there and try to bring up story mode again, but that ain't got nothing to do with talking about a game being a game selling. But
Yeah, it does actually.
you know what? You know what? I fell for it. I ain't gonna fall for it again though. But yeah, Street Fighter, they just not making no characters, new characters. Like I was finna say before he interrupted me with his nonsense. Somebody was basically saying like all the new characters that they made in Street Fighter 4, he was like, I just really think a lot of them like sucked. Like, you know, El Forte, Hakan and all that stuff. They was just like those are like characters that I'm just like I wouldn't want to see again. And I wouldn't say that for all of them, but I can say there are characters that I'm just like I don't see how replacing Ryu or taking the reins and going into the future of like Street Fighter, and we'll just be like happy with not seeing like the characters that we saw before. So I just don't think Street Fighter. I'm not gonna say they have absolutely not done a good job to make like new characters at all. What I'm saying that they haven't just done such a great job that we're like, yeah, we want to go away from like you know, because you said you wouldn't want to see Ken, Ryu, and Akuma again. I'm like, I just don't see them making any characters to where it's like we so happy with them that we would like to see them leave and we'd be happy with it. But that's just my opinion.
I think I think Makoto is a character. I think Makoto and Sakura have potential to be like legacy holding characters like Makoto because she like because I think she's like what she's like a teenager. She's younger than Sakura, isn't she? I think.
Makoto,
So like maybe to see her,
I can look that up right quick.
like I'm not sure like fully like story wise if she would have like what if she has like a big play in it, but I think she's cool. Like her look, she's like a very astute student in her discipline. So I think she'd be kind of cool. Actually, I would say Sakura, but Sakura just so head over heels, be following behind Ryu. But I mean, it's almost like she's in a way his protege. So, because she actually learned how to learn under Dan, didn't she?
Is that the way it worked out? Because
I think she did. I think she did learn how to. Yeah, she learned how to fight from Dan, I believe. And she was like copying Ryu stuff, but she was like, Dan was like, yeah, I think that's what happened. Which is funny.
That would make a lot of sense.
Make Dan the protagonist.
Yeah, just make Dan the protagonist now. Like, move over, Ryu. It's Dan's time to shine.
I would not. Like I get what I mean, maybe you could do like Gao. Like I think Gao has potential. I mean, but he's also one of the OG characters. But I see what Rexon is saying. Like Ken and Ryu, especially Ryu, because Ryu's like ingrained with like Goken. So like Goku was like we didn't see much of him, but he was like the mysterious, all-knowing master. And now, since he's passed on, like Ryu is kind of that guy now, or on the path to becoming that. He even has Goken's little sash now. So, or Oro, you could go like the route of Oro. I mean, he's super old, but it's like I feel like he might be immortal. I don't know. You maybe go a route with that. I think Oro is a character you could like, but again, like an old character like that being the main character is usually not the norm. I don't know if Sean has enough like dealings with the. You could maybe do Sean. I mean, Sean was like set up to be like a protege of the two main characters. Like he was Ken's protege, so
Yeah.
I don't think they did enough with him in that regard. Like if they brought him back in a way, I think Sean has the potential to be like the new him. But I mean, Luke is that guy now. But what's to say Sean might not come back? You know, maybe because I think right now Luke and Jamie are like the two, like Ryu and Ken. Because they are always the one, the two new blood, they showed them they're like friends or whatever.
Yeah, we can dead that right now. That ain't happening.
Yeah,
Jamie and Luke replacing Ken and Ryu. No, stop. We ain't doing that. I found the ages though. It's kind of all over the place with how Street Fighter does their timelines, but Sakura is around Cammy's age. She's 5 months younger than Cammy, and Cammy is in her early 20s in Street Fighter 5. And then when you go to Makoto, she's about the same age as Ibuki, and Ibuki was a teenager in Street Fighter 3. She was 17 in Third Strike. So I'm gonna say it seems like Sakura might be older.
I think
because it's kind of weird going into 6. So
yeah, I think Makoto and the twins could. I think the twins could be like. I mean, they're brothers and they're pretty cool people. I think people like them. They're cool. They were even taught by Gin, so I think like that holds a lot of weight. So I think they could be like potentially they could have used them as like the two new protagonists. Just be like the two brothers, almost like Double Dragon.
Yeah,
but now, when they think about faces and stuff now, I think that's why they made, Luke the way he is, American boxer. They try to make him like a lot of relatable. And then I guess, what's the dude name? Jamie would be more so like relatable to, other people from like different, backgrounds that's not American, or different countries that's not American. But I just don't see them doing it, man.
Ed actually, I think Ed would have been a good candidate. He's cool. He has a relation. He has a direct correlation with Bison. He's like, hey, I don't like Bison. I think Ed could have been a good choice.
Yeah. Especially now.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, especially now, like the way that they kind of like, even I know a lot of people for some reason didn't really like him in Street Fighter 5. And I feel like in Street Fighter 6, like the way that they've redone him, at least like the way that he presents himself, like everybody accepts him, I guess, more now. I'm not sure why that is, because he's still kind of like that, still kind of angsty, kind of overly cocky kind of character, but okay. But yeah, I think Ed would be a good a good candidate for something like that.
Well, they definitely made his design a little bit more edgier than it was in Street Fighter 5. So that's probably why some people take more to him, because
he definitely looks 1,000 times better.
Yeah. So he's kind of like got more of a established, laid out, like, identity that people can grasp a hold to. But
I really feel like it should have been Luke and Ed. Luke is like the Ryu because he's not kind of a nice guy, not as cocky, well, somewhat, but he's confident in himself. And then Ed is like, yeah, I'll punch you in your face. What you gonna do about it? But I'm still cool though.
Yeah. And I think Sakura, she's still young enough to where she could probably be like that female that's up there. But yeah. But I don't know. I mean, as far as right now, I'm not seeing like Luke and them sticking as much. Like if they made a Street Fighter 7, that was kind of hopefully they keep it on the same timeline. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't see like if they just went away from Ken, Ryu, Akuma, they got rid of like all these people that we know. Like, would it be like, kind of like a Soul Calibur 5 situation? That was 5, right? The one where they brought all the characters and stuff, and everybody was just like,
yeah.
So, but the one thing we know for sure, time will tell.
Yeah, I wasn't really like the thing about that was when they had like all the characters and they were like, like oh this like Pyrrha and Patroclus and Natsu and Chiba, and it's like oh yeah man, like it's everybody had like just seemed like they were very dissatisfied with that. I didn't really have that I didn't really have that feeling about it because it's like I mean I liked those characters. I liked like Cassandra and Sophitia and Kilik and Taki, but nothing wrong with like experimenting with the formula a little bit and like seeing what can happen if you like put a different character in that spot, especially if like they're not. The only thing is like whether or not you change the move list too much. It's like whether you change it, but then again you kind of have to change the move list because you don't want like a carbon copy of the character from before. You don't want a carbon copy. Like that's you might as well have the original character at that point. I feel like in my mind when they did Patrol, at least in Soul Calibur 5, when they did like the whole like Patroclus like Alpha and like Pyrrha Omega and all that, maybe those should have been their fighting styles from the very beginning. I don't know. It just having them be like, it just seemed really weird to have them be like two different versions where it's like we're gonna have like Patroclus completely throw away the sword and shield style. It's not like he was like a character from like it's like in Tekken where like Jin Kazama gets betrayed by Heihachi at the end of Tekken 3 and he's like I don't want anything to do with the Mishima style anymore. I don't know. It just feels like you could have stuck with that if it, I don't know. I feel like man, like there was like if you're going to stop using it, I don't know why he definitely like he needed to like throw it away like that and be like, all right, now I'm going to basically fight like Setsuka now, and I'm just kind of like, oh okay, like we're just gonna pretend like this fighting style didn't exist before now, or all right.
Yeah, I didn't really have a big problem with Soul Calibur 5. I will say that was the thing, like having two characters be like two different versions, which is, I mean, you see it in games, you like Ryu, Evil Ryu, so it's kind of similar to like Pyrrha, Omega Pyrrha, basically like Evil Pyrrha. I didn't like, even though this made sense time wise, I didn't like how Kilik was just like the male version of Edgemaster, but I can't get mad because it makes sense canonically because Kilik was Edgemaster's student, so it makes sense for him to. But I guess it's like, did he not teach him all? Because he was only the male characters, and you had an angel character as the women characters,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I say on this topic, I'm just kind of I'm one of them people. I just don't care if you don't remove the old guard for a new guard. I feel like I just keep bringing everybody back. Keep the old characters, bring the new characters. Yeah, with different games, you might be like, all right, we only want a certain number of characters in it, but I'm fine with constantly bringing back, like having a mixture of old and new. Like I just don't. I'm fine with never getting to a place to where it's like eventually all these old characters are gonna have to go away. I know you kind of put yourself in that situation when you do your games off a timeline, so it's kind of like they like 100 and some years old now, ain't it? So I know you kind of put yourself in that corner, but I mean, I'm fine with just what I fell in love with. Like, I'm fine with getting it for forever. But, that's just me.